Hey everybody, this is your friendly neighborhood therapist Alfonso over here at Relationship Advice FYI. Guys, I have some information for you that's going to help you to take your power back in this relationship, or maybe to help you find the power that you never thought you had. You guys hang in there. I'll be right back. And like they say, this one's going to be a banger. Let's go ahead and cue that intro music. I'll be right back. Hey guys, once again, this is your friendly neighborhood therapist Alfonso over here at Relationship Advice. And I just want to take a few minutes to tell you something that I know you already know, but I'm going to say this as if maybe you forgot about it. Listen, many of us, when we get to a certain age, and you know what I say, many of us, I think today I may be speaking especially to the women. These days, I do more marriage and family counseling or relationship counseling than I do anything else. And here's one thing that dawned on me. I see women, especially who are in a certain age bracket. I'm going to say between 50 and 90 years. I'm sorry, 50 and 60 years old. Hey, even some 90-year-olds too, okay? But here's what I hear, and I wonder where you get this information. But I hear women say to me all the time, hey, Alfonso, there is a shortage of men, and hey, I got to take what I can get. Let me explain something to you in a way. Like I said, I think you already know this, but I want to identify a folly that you have in relationships that I am positive is hurting you. It is when you cede, C-E-E-D, your power as a woman over to a man who tells you or makes you feel like if you don't put up with his BS, that he's just going to move on. Let me tell you what I've had to tell a few ladies that I currently see and women I've seen in the past. When you allow a man to feed you SHIT and tell you that it's chocolate pudding, eventually you'll eat it long enough so that it'll start tasting sweet to your palate. The reality is, people in general seek to position from a position of strength. In order to negotiate from a position of strength, they have to get you to believe that you are worth a lot less than you are. Let me put it this way. You can go into a car dealership from Chevy to Mercedes, and you can actually negotiate a deal that's lower than the sticker price on the car. But you don't do that when you go to Bugatti or when you go to Rolls Royce or when you go to Bentley, because a Bentley knows exactly what it's worth, and you don't go there negotiating a deal. You go there when you're serious about buying that car. If and when, ladies, once again, I'm saying this especially to you because of what I keep hearing about how there are just no good men out there, and the ones who are out there know their value and they can command more. Who told you this? Who told you that you have to dumb yourself down, lessen or reduce your value in order to get a piece of a person who's already telling you that if you don't acquiesce to what I think you should do or who I think you should be, I'm going to move on? And here's the thing, guys. I want you to understand this from a board-certified psychotherapist perspective. Typically, a woman as she gets older does not want to be alone. A man as he gets older does not want to be lonely. Here's what comes with this. When you are looking to assuage that loneliness, when you're looking to do something about that loneliness, you can go anywhere, any place in order to feel like you're a part of something. But when you negotiate in a relationship from the perspective, ladies, of fearing being alone, eventually you'll start to give that man some indication that maybe you're not the Bentley that you advertised before, that maybe you're a Mercedes, still high-end luxury, but once again, that price can be negotiated. If and when you get into a relationship, or if you are in a relationship and you have told yourself that as a woman you are not of equal value, what you have done is like you go into a car dealership and you tell them, hey, I'm Dr. So-and-so and I make $500,000 a year. Well, that salesman is going to see dollar signs. He ain't or she ain't going to try to give you the best deal. They're going to try to get the most bang for their buck. They want to get that fat commission. It's still luxury, but potentially, you are entering a relationship letting that man know that your value can be negotiated and negotiated downward. What you have to understand is this: you may fear being alone, but if and when you get into a relationship that is just taking every ounce of you, every ounce of strength, is making you feel like you no longer know yourself. You are acquiescing. You are doing everything that he wants to do. When you do that, all you're doing is setting yourself up to saying, I have a man, but check this out, I still feel alone. I get it. I've been doing this for a very long time, It ain't a good feeling to want to go out and have date night or whatever else, and you not all booed up. You don't have somebody you can go do it with. But do you realize what has happened? There has been a cultural shift in many aspects of our society where men are now coming in, and what are they saying? I'm a man. I'm the man, so I have the value here. And unfortunately, when you start to acquiesce, when you start to give in to the demands of that man, what you're teaching him is that you can actually you're teaching him that you can get the best from her without giving her the best that you have. I find it comical when ladies tell me, hey, Alfonso, you've been married for a while. You don't know what it's like out here. Well, hey, I was married for 24 years before I was divorced. I had to go right back out there into the dating pool. And my wife asked me a question that always resonates with me. She said, Alfonso, most people have a deal breaker. What is yours? I said, Brina, my deal breaker is that you can never treat me like I am less than the value that I know I bring to this table. Not the value because I'm a man in an area dominated where there are more women looking for relationships than men, but I know my value because I know what I bring to the table as a partner. I'm going to give you the best of me, but I'm going to demand the best of you in return. And the day I feel like I can't or don't want to give you the best of me, or the other way around, it's time to move on. But anytime, and I'm saying this to everybody, anytime you enter into a relationship and you match what you're bringing and what he's bringing in terms of dollars and cents, he makes $200,000 a year. I make $80,000 a year. He lives in an apartment. I live in a home. When you start looking at those things and determining that based upon what you have, you are of lesser value, you have already laid the foundations of a relationship where you will not be treated based upon your worth, but based upon what somebody has already told you they think you're worth. Once again, I want you to think about this. Mercedes-Benz is high-end luxury. Bentley and Rolls-Royce, they are high-end luxury. You see advertisements for Mercedes-Benz all the time, but tell me the last time you saw an advertisement for a Bentley or a Rolls-Royce. You see that sign that says Rolls-Royce or Bentley or Bugatti or something like that, that's letting you know we already know our value. It's not to say that having a Mercedes versus a Bentley that there's something wrong with it. It is to say that whenever you get into a relationship and you allow that person to negotiate your price down, you have already planted the seeds for you to be acquiescing for the rest of that relationship. Run from a relationship that's starting off that way. And if you are in a relationship where you have devalued yourself, it's not too late to go back to him or her and say, hey, listen, I've been doing some thinking. I listened to this crazy bald head therapist, not mentally ill crazy. To make sure you understand, I'm not being offensive. But this guy who told me that I have been operating as a Mercedes, but I allowed you to negotiate my price. It's time for you to understand, baby, you got a Bentley in this thing, and a Bentley is treasured. A Bentley is pampered. A Bentley is taken care of. If you want that Bentley treatment, it starts by you looking in the mirror and changing that emblem that's on you. Change it out from something that can be negotiated to something that you either buy it at its price or you move on to something else. Hey guys, if nobody else told you today, let me be the first to tell you, I really do love you. I try to bring you content that will help you to feel good about yourself and to let you know that you are worth so much more than you have given yourself credit for. Hey guys, do me a favor. Leave me a comment if anything in this video helps you. Give me some feedback and let me know what you think about it. I'm going to also ask that you like and subscribe to the channel. Hey, we are new. We're bringing you relationship information, but I'm in it to win it. But I need your help. I can tell you all day long what your value and what your worth is. But if you keep coming through the door and you act as if your value can be negotiated down, understand this. Very few people go into a car dealership to negotiate in order to pay more than what that dealership is asking for. You all have an amazing day on purpose. Love you.